Dude. Alright. So let's. Like, I'm actually fucking serious. This is fucked up. This lady's a fucking terrible human being. French. Honestly, I can't believe how fucking horrible of a human being you are. Like, you do not know what you're doing.
Depuis longtemps, je désire combiner la beauté de l'art et le pouvoir politique. Cette quête d'aller au-delà de moi, au-delà de nous tous rassemblés.
Yeah.
Ce désir de
That's how fucking dog loud I am. That my computer can't pick it up.
Depuis longtemps, je désire combiner la beauté de l'art et le pouvoir politique. Cette quête d'aller au-delà de moi, au-delà de nous tous rassemblés. Ce désir de chercher la vérité et la justice. J'ai d'abord cherché à la femme et ensuite j'ai cherché à la mettre en pratique sur le terrain. À travers ce travail, j'ai découvert que cette beauté que je cherchais se trouve dans le simple contact avec les gens avec qui on prend le temps d'échanger. C'est de cette proximité et de ce lien de confiance qu'est né mon désir d'être au service de ceux qui en ont besoin. J'ai vécu l'aventure pendant plusieurs années à combiner l'art et l'action citoyenne à travers mon projet Art et Eau, qui a permis, grâce à l'énergie de milliers de jeunes, à dépolluer des rues urbaines. J'ai plus récemment travaillé comme élu et j'ai surmonté des défis avec l'aide des citoyens qui m'ont convaincu qu'ensemble, ici, nous ferons le futur de la Chine. Ensemble, nous ferons plus que juste réparer. Nous trouverons des solutions créatives, concrètes et durables pour le bien-être et la prospérité de la Chine. Le progrès pour la Chine a souvent besoin que nous travaillions avec les villes voisines, avec Québec et Ottawa. C'était le...
Fuck, I have to listen to this again. Jesus fucking Christ. Please. Widgets. Fidget. Please, please, please. Okay. 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 Let's do a voice sample. Okay, it's gotta. I need us now. Cool. Can the fuck my face?
Quand nous avons sauver l'école Lakeside Academy. C'est aujourd'hui le temps pour améliorer notre transport en commun, pour construire les équipes.
As much as I love listening to your fucking total fucking rhetoric bullshit, I cannot believe this is real. There's a speech. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Okay. No, I can't draw anything. Anyway. History should continue. Okay. No. Okay, fuck that. Okay, we'll get back to it. And what? Okay. Unfortunately, did not get a fix my case for this one, but fuck, this is fucking boring. No, not that. It's kind of warm, but park right in the back. Not good. Fuck that. Okay. Shit again. Just for now. That is apparently the best we can do. Cool. Okay. Then, alright. Google Translate. I can't believe this is fucking happening. That's so fucking weird, I think. Okay. Ow. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm.
Blue turns blue for base, turns pink for acid.
Mm. It's just fabulous.
Blue is salt.
Yeah. Oh, it's starting to feel gross. Deep battery acid. Mm. 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 Can't fucking remember it. Fucking remember it. Mm. I shouldn't do. Hell yeah. Mm.
Lighting torch to carpet.
Okay. Okay. It did have a. I'd possibly do it again. Fine. Mm-hmm. What about? Oh, big plans. Yeah, I'm selling them mini me lunch boxes. I have a lot of different flavors.
I mean, it's alright, but like, I noticed like it feels like whenever I breathe out sometimes
They're really cool though. They're really cool flavors. I don't popcorn flavors. Mm-hmm. Thank you for helping me sell, Cam. You'd be a fucking terrible slogan. So inquire my product is up. You want to put some popcorn on? Dumbass. Douche. Fucking need money. Okay. Right. That's gonna have to go on just ever so slightly. Okay. I'll try to get the shiz. Wait. So. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Back to
Okay.
Nothing. Actually, this is. I was like, ah, she's not there. I'll take my chance. Fucking seriously, sorry for that.
It's like, oh man. Oh, it's really actually. So, mhm. Oh, it's a burp. Save the sun. To the sun. It's too for this station.
Yeah, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm. Breaking my neck.
Ah, it's really good. You can run by with me? Oh, today he's gonna run by that way. Oh!
Stupid.
Really, you pulled out like a second. Oh. I've been getting lucky across the road, across straps.
Yeah.
That's the anglerfish head. Yeah.
Okay.
Medicine.
Hi, Cameron.
Oh shit, that was good.
You're fucking weird.
I'm high.
I could tell.
The pen, like, if you hit it like
Yeah,
that a
but
couple
no
times,
shit,
it's
the
like,
Cam.
holy
You're not supposed
fuck.
to smooth it that much. You crazy?
I only took like 5 or 6 hits.
That's not 5 or 6. The whole thing's almost not gone. I still have mine.
Yeah, but you like
And you had some too.
Yeah?
Look how much I have still.
Yeah, because I was doing a little puff.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a bit of a little in between.
Yeah,
take
I
one
don't
big
really
one and
have-
take a couple of ones.
I have like enough for I think a joint tomorrow, so I've been smoking that thing.
And
And
you
I'm actually
smoked all
really,
that pot?
It wasn't. It's not that
Holy
good.
shit, Cam.
There
I
wasn't
know
that
what-
much.
I
It's
don't
like
know
super.
pot left. Like,
No, it's like super dry. Like it just like went to powder and I roll a joint and it was just like it was a
I
small joint.
might have fucking enough for a joint.
It's,
Holy
it's
shit.
fine. Like,
You just like smoked a fuck ton in one day though. It's like a
It
lot
wasn't-
pot.
I don't know. It wasn't like
Oh,
it didn't seem like because I took like one of the bigger buds. Like I broke it up to get all the
I
twigs
I
out.
left it here, so I figured I get like it would be gone eventually. But like, holy shit! Because I didn't pick up today.
Yeah, that's alright. Like that pen was doing me pretty good. Like,
No,
I
they work. It's I wanted to try the sativa ones, but
But that's the stuff the distill it. It's what is giving people popcorn along because
no,
paper.
no. It's those kids that have those fucking packs, whatever. They look like little fucking chamber things, and you fucking have you seen people that have them where they're like you have to inhale deep like for a long time. They're like, and if you do little ones, that's when you choke and cough. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You mean the big pens?
Yeah,
The big giant button.
like
That's
some of them are like fucking like this, but like a pack. Like they're huge, and they're just like a little fucking glass spout like this big.
No, I thought I thought that's what that is because it's liquid. It leaves, and I noticed
Oh,
it too
it's
because
like-
it leaves moisture.
Yeah, because it's a fucking, it's like a.
That's what causes the popcorn lung.
It's poison, and you're heating it with a battery and carbs. Like, anything you put into your lungs is going to fucking be toxic. And the way they smoke them, that's why they're so fucking cloud. Like, you fucking see them smoking in the car, and it comes all fucking their sides. It's like, it's not fucking. Obviously, that's not good for your fucking lungs. You retarded. Like, you fucking dumbass kids. I even used to smoke those e-cigarettes from the Couche-Tard. And they had no nicotine in them, and I found myself craving more nicotine when I would smoke them, and it would make me very, very aggressively angry.
Wasn't there a scandal about that where there was small doses of nicotine in it?
Oh no, not that I heard of.
Because they used to smoke the grape one. Always, yeah.
Yeah, but the amount of like secondhand smoke you get from just people being around you smoking.
I would smoke that at work instead of cigarettes because I'm at that point now where it's
I can't do this. Okay. I smoke or I don't smoke. I can't do the faking smoking. Because I'm just like, I'm waiting for that nicotine and it just never comes. So I smoke a really, really large amount of pot. So I get comatose. So I don't hurt anybody or myself.
maybe my tolerance is too high that we doesn't really do much of a smoke.
It helps me zone out, I guess. I used to do that watching TV. And hours could pass. I'd be like, I didn't get out to pee, I don't think.
I think I'm more I like my indicas, I think, because it actually makes me feel high.
Okay, well, since I have you here being high, this is some really fucked up shit that the fucking. I don't know if you remember me talking in July that I was like I got all excited about voting for the municipal because I don't think federal elections are really like. I don't know. They count the fucking votes weird anyway, and they knew that, so like it wasn't a big deal.
Elections,
It's
they
like
deal
the
with
country.
Native Americans and that.
No, I found it's the country election. It's like for who's the prime minister. I find municipal elections is like your town and your borough. Like, I fucking hate the guy who died. He's got like fucking sweet tattoos. He's like doing the fucking he's got like the rolled up fucking blue button up, and he's just like, oh, it's like, oh, punch a shit in your face. Like, he needs a stretcher and punch a shit at your stupid face. Anyway, it's like garbage removal sucks shit. Actually, the recycling garbage thing worked out pretty good, but still. he fucking steals. Anyway, the Lachine thing. What it was because that's where I was scheduled to, like, you have your voting station, whatever, so, or your borough, and they say for what sector. And there's a big thing with it. It's like big fucking girls club, basically, who was running it. I was like, does this lady even exist? Is she a real person? Because she looks like she's from India or something. I bet they just took a fucking stock photo of like some lady who's like kind of French, but like also darker toned skin to make it look like they're hitting all the bases. But it was like 5 people that were girls that were like, we're gonna invest it into something like our fucking annual income into something stupid. And one of the girls was like, well, there's like a lot of kids in Lachine that are like fucking, that was the thing Shadowgate. Amusement 222 closed, everyone started fucking doing drugs, being drunk. Like all the fucking Station 7 kids and the fucking Maison de Jeunes kids. We all go fucking fight each other drunk every fucking weekend. You give us something to do. Like motivation to stop doing dumb shit. So she was like, should we do something more like that? And like the homeless kind of thing going on. And they were like, no. I think we should stick with like this section because it's like we can cater to the rich West Island type people who don't actually live in Lachine, especially on the avenues. Because all those people are on fucking welfare. So yeah. I was gonna vote for her. I was gonna be like, yo, if you want somebody English on your team to pander to the English people, I'm down to do that. Cause fuck them, because they literally kicked her out of the fucking of the what do you call it? Congress, not Congress, fucking whatever the fucking council, the citizen council or mayor council, whatever. So they kicked her off the team, and I was like, that's fucking bullshit. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna run it independent. I was like, cool. I'm down for that. That's dope. She went, like, I was like, oh, you should put up like what do you call it? Those boxes that you see around here with books and like donation things. You trade stuff in the boxes.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really cool. You should do a food kind of thing too. Like, if you want to put a box, like a mailbox at the end of your driveway, where you put fucking food that's about to expire. That would be fucking dope. Because a lot of people are like, I don't want shady people who are on drugs in my neighborhood and like around my kids playing and shit. Which I guess I can understand. But like, now they're moving into the neighborhoods. Like here. Being like, oh, we don't the same with St. Henry. Can't believe they're still trying to fucking gentrify St. Henry. It's terrible. But they just literally fucking, they're trying to take over that whole area. Like, I have pictures. It's fucking crazy. Like, this is craziness. And I can't imagine why you guys, like, I get the marina thing and the seaway thing, but holy shit, this is like, now they're doing this. And you should totally go to that fucking stupid teepee they have on the highway that nobody goes on except super gross redneck French people, like, and truckers. So nobody really knows what you guys are doing over there anyway. But you guys should totally just go to this René Lévesque park that they totally fucking, they put a pool on one of the fucking historical buildings. Like, oh, it's just native slaves that had built those. They were like, oh, they were not to live in. No. They were for all of them to, while they work. Some of them are now toilets. Like changing rooms for when moms and their kids and shit. Like, one of them has like a pool, a public pool attached to it, Cam. I was like, that's what you guys do at the Heritage Building? Like, what the fuck? Like, how can you guys just do that? And no one said shit? Guys fucking go and just be like, we're going to be occupying this now. So go get your fucking prime minister if you want. Like, go get somebody if you want to. Because fuck this.
No, like, see, white people would be able to do that.
We've been doing it to you.
But if we did it, they'd probably take it as us invading their land, so they would send the military.
It's not their land.
They would send the military.
Send the military. They're busy in Ukraine apparently. So, like, fucking, this is bullshit. Like, they're totally gonna take over like that whole area. The fur trade, the fucking those little. There was one that was cool that I want to go see actually. I figured this is one of the buildings right there. Cameron, the amount of land that's there. There's so much land. It's a giant parking lot. And there's like hidden streets and shit. Like, but they're like, but it's Rennie Levesque Park? Like, yeah, but like, you guys have a whole bunch of like art displays or like
They just
people.
took the name. I don't think it's actually ours.
Yeah, but all those buildings were built by native slaves. All those little huts and shit, like, were built by native slaves. Like, and they have, like, it's the Museum de la Chine. Like, they have the oldest building in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest building that was first built by native slaves in Montreal.
Mhm.
Like, I don't understand. Wait, I just don't get it. Why it's not a native person running this shit? Like, just like the parking lot. They're like, it's for barbecues. Like, okay, well, there's just like a bunch of random cars that will just kind of come in and park for a bit and then leave. I'm like, I don't think they're like enjoying the scenery. Like, I never see cops. Ever. Like, that's the only time you'll ever see a cop is in this area. I'm like, why? What is it about this? Like, I was like, they put a bunch of art installations from like kids, I guess, in college, but they don't talk about anything related to natives, or they talk about random fucking white people and like Anjou. I'm like, what does that have to do with here though? Like, that has nothing to do with it. This is all Rennie Levesque Park. That's a fucking lot of land.
Mhm.
Like, and they're just like fucking like, it goes all the way back down here where they have a bunch of little fucking huts. Well, not huts, but stone buildings that your people build. And they're just like doing whatever the fuck they want. What the fuck? How can you guys do that? Like, I've never even been in the fur trade. I tried to break in when I was homeless my first time. I don't know anything about the fur trade. Like, I know that it was bought by the two nuns that for across the street at that church.
Yeah, because the land was sold by the guy that ran the church next to my grandma's house.
Yeah, you can. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, he sold it. So that's why it's not ours. He also sold a bunch of priceless artifacts and moved Cattery, or
Yeah.
whatever her name was. They moved her.
What?
Yeah.
They exhumed a body.
Well, they had it inside the church. Like, she was like right there where you could go on the right. But then I remember like somebody stole her hand.
What?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. God,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
But there was a whole bunch of stuff that went to the Pope.
Yeah, but who the fuck is he to sell it?
That was a big trick that
It's
was
not
played on us for a long time
There's
ago.
no transaction that's me there personally. That's not his. That's not any of theirs. That's not any of mine.
That's
like,
what white people did, and that's the greatest thing that they've done to us was take our shit
yeah, but it's like
that. because
but
they
what is it
got
being
that.
used for even? It's used for drug sales right now. Like,
Yeah.
that whole stretch, people just drive in and they park. I was like, fucking.
And I can guarantee you, every person in that area will be
They're rich people.
furious
Damn, they're
if they saw
rich
Native
people.
Americans just chilling there.
They
and trying
were
to
fucking not down for me there.
Yeah, well, they'll fucking.
And it wasn't because we were doing
Definitely
drug
lock me
deals,
down.
Cam. Like,
And
I think that's why the cops came to check me out, though. I was just like, what? Like, that's fucking. I don't think they were checking me out, but it was just like, dude. Okay, look. I'm like in love with this building. But these are like the first buildings that are right across the street. Oh my god, like. There's a giant yellow house with a flower on it. And I was like, what? Even this one is really, really cool. Their fence is way. I was like, what? But Kev, if you go. Wait. You can go behind. That's a street. There's a whole block behind this place. I was like, what are these houses though? Like, because I wanted to drive down there so bad. But I was like, I don't know how long this street is. Wait. It's a little fucking circle road with all these fucking hidden houses. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've been saying it the past, like, since.
The guy's building in the air that early too. It's the same building design.
But, like, there's a lot of heritage buildings there, and they're totally fucking just, like, doing whatever the fuck they want to them.
But not ours.
They are, though. You're built by you guys. They're
Yeah.
named after you. You're a
people sold it.
I don't know. I think if you guys are gonna occupy something, go occupy there. Not on the fucking highway. Like, no one even knows what you guys are doing there. I didn't even know you guys were still down there. Like, why? Make a scene at fucking somewhere where people are gonna be like, oh wow, shit. Like,
That's
I
why
didn't.
If you go on the OCR, you'll see another one. That's where they have a lot of people actually.
Nobody. Because people try to cut through the bridge going to the OCR. So PKs are sitting there waiting. They'll fully every single fucking car over if they have to. This is somewhere where people are fucking going constantly. It's a park. And people jogging, and people in nature walks, like Allison type people, the yuppie type people. Like, that's wrong. That is super wrong. And they're like, it's a ridiculous landmass that is just like an open parking lot. And these are videos of the lady that I was like, she's not real. It's her and her team. They only translate to Spanish subtitles. I was like, oh, thank you. Gracias. I'm like, what the fuck would I need this translated to Spanish? Everything else can be translated to English or French. Like, she's fucking, like, literally doing it on purpose with her little crew. And it's fucking super terrible and wrong. Like, nobody knows they're doing it. They're not paying attention. They've been doing it for 2 years now. I was just like, oh, they're doing renovations. They're like, cool. I hope they don't fuck anything up. Like, but I think that's the point. So I was like, oh my god. Your people should totally start taking back land. Because fuck this government.
They're trying to do, but without getting killed.
They're not going to get killed, honestly. They're already dying in fucking porta potties.
Trying to protect the water. There was like that. I think there was that one person that died, and then wasn't there a person that died?
But they're dying in porta potties. Like, so you know what? Like,
so I'm just saying, this is for protecting a little bit of water. Like, they did all that shit. Like,
but they're doing us now too.
Yeah, well,
like, people will side with you guys.
To you guys, they own you. So.
Yeah, but people will side with you guys, I think, on this one. Like, fuck this shit.
No, it's just like everything else. The sensationalism of it will die.
It takes one
just
person.
Like how it did with Trump, how it did with the water.
Trump is gonna run again. He's gonna win. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
Promise you that.
I wonder if that prediction from, what was it, The Simpsons, will be right, where Canada and Mexico take over the United States because they become racist.
Oh, we are racist, but it's because we have a toddler.
War, and we'll lose the war with Russia and Ukraine. We'll lose our allies. Russia will take over
Cameron, we already had no
Eastern
freedoms. Like,
hemisphere with the other communists like China, Iraq,
they shoot shit into space like it's nobody's
Korea.
fucking business. What are you talking about?
Japan will probably follow suit with them.
I think Native people are
And
doing
they'll have all the money, the technology, the manpower. They have the three key things.
You
in
guys
the
have been
war.
around for so long.
Plus, they have a supersonic missile.
Yeah, but again, like your people have been around for so
really,
fucking long that, like, honestly, like you guys fucking, I don't understand how your fucking people are even still like in existence. So you guys should be not you guys should be extinct by now. But like you guys like are pretty fucking resilient, and I think you guys are really good at being like, hey, everyone can agree on this, right? Like we could all agree to just leave each other alone, not hit the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but when you meet someone who craves power and stuff like that, you can't just talk to them like that because they won't listen.
A lot.
They'll just lie to your face and then still take what you want. That's what happened to us. That's why we're here. So
Yeah, but there are people that want to change it. Like,
see, we tried our way with all that trust and bullshit, and then
but it can't be me. Like, it can't be someone like me that does it. It can't be like no.
why
I'm sorry, the black people thing. Everyone's tired. Like,
actually,
it's old
it
news, kind
probably
of.
better
Like,
because that means you're providing valuable pieces of information that somebody in the council probably already saw, but like at least you'd be
they don't
want
want to hear from me. I get why they wouldn't want to hear it
You
from me.
say that, but you never tried, so like you can't actually say that. So
I'm
you're just saying it because you're white.
But do you not think that would be offensive?
No, I don't think so. I think it actually would put another insight or whatever onto it because
Just walk up to the fucking TV, like, hey.
you know what? I'm sure like people love support. I mean, you just gotta deal with how they are, and I'm sure some of them they act super power native and shit like that. That's just how it is. But you know, like I'm sure that they'd appreciate the information.
I feel like I'm
And
gonna
if
nail
they
the
didn't,
face.
well then I guess that'd be up to me to call them out, be like, hey, you know what, like, you know, I get what you're trying to do here, but if you act like that, then you're really no better than white people. And you might as well just pack up and go because you're wasting our time if you're gonna act like that. So, that's just weird.
But yeah, but like, see, like, what, like, I'm trying to think of what your dad would say. Like, and he's right though, and it sucks that he's right. But like, a lot of the time, it's you'll be wasting your breath because they're not the right people to even be there in the first place. I guess I don't know. This just seems fucking awful wrong. What the? Oh God! Please don't. Okay. You're about to fall over. I'll be there soon. My feet really hurt. Okay. Park Mohawk. Holy shit, that's far though. No, wrong way. Go back. Huh? this? What? Fucking sleep. can't dispute. Yeah. Motherfucker. This is. Mm. Okay. Fuck, man. Mm. Mm. It's fucked up. Fuck, man. gated community, but never left off that community. Oh, fuck. Whoa. Mm-mm. Dude. Dude. Jesus Christ.
Savez-vous que de plus en plus de jeunes familles s'installent à la Chine et leur manque de place pour vous? Vous avez été nombreux à venir me proposer une variété d'installations originales qui existent dans d'autres villes et arrondissements pour aménager des parcs.
Mhm.
Depuis longtemps, je désire combiner la beauté de l'art et le pouvoir politique. Cette quête d'aller au-delà de moi.
Good shit.
Depuis longtemps, je désire combiner la beauté de l'art et le pouvoir.
You suck so bad.
Savez-vous que de plus en plus de jeunes familles s'installent à la Chine et leur manque de place pour vous? Vous avez été nombreux à venir me proposer une variété d'installations originales qui existent dans d'autres villes et arrondissements pour aménager des parcs ludiques et agréables. Nous pourrons ensemble concevoir ces nouveaux parcs d'exercice et de jeux aux endroits souhaités et appropriés.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Bienvenue à notre Facebook Live en direct avec Maya, votre animateur Justin Stabile. Je suis très content d'être ici ce soir pour parler du patrimoine national de la Chine. Et ce soir, nous sommes dans la chapelle à la maison mère des Sœurs de Sainte-Anne.
Nous allons visiter le canal de la Chine. Sa construction allait permettre la navigation en amont de Montréal. Il allait aussi générer un développement industriel le long du canal. Sa vocation a changé pour devenir un lieu touristique avec une piste cyclable qui s'étend sur toute sa longueur. On va voir plusieurs anciennes infrastructures qui y furent établies. Parce que c'est tout près, nous allons ensuite visiter le petit canal de Sainte-Anne de Bellevue à l'ouest de l'île de Montréal. Finalement, nous allons nous rendre à l'embouchure du canal de Soulanges, à Pointe-des-Cascades, et visiter le parc des Anges. Le capitaine avec nous allons voir de quelle façon que la navigation à Montréal fonctionnait avant le canal de la Chine. Sur le fleuve Saint-Laurent, en arrivant de Québec, le bateau devait passer près de la rive de l'île de Montréal. Le courant au centre est
Arrivé. On va quand même débuter la soirée étirée. Si vous avez une question, vous pouvez soit lever la main pour faire signe que vous voulez prendre la parole, on va laisser la parole, ou tout simplement l'écrire à question dans les.
Et des investissements sur les 10 prochaines années. Alors, on vient de compléter cet été, cet été sera complété le parc La Salle avec ce qu'on appelle le terrain de baseball, c'était auparavant le terrain de tennis, la patrouille, les jeux d'eau. Et cet été, c'est la piscine, le gros morceau à 8 millions qui est en train d'être fait avec le grand chalet du parc de la piscine. Et on est en train de compléter aussi le parc Somainville avec Saint-Pierre, avec la décontamination de ce parc-là. Et il y a aussi la décontamination du terrain du parc de la Jenkins qui va être entièrement aménagé cet été. Et aussi, on a une acquisition énorme, un lait et des Sœurs de Sainte-Anne, de tout l'espace vert qui entoure leur maison mère, incluant le petit cimetière en arrière qui leur appartient, et à côté du cimetière, un immense espace vert qui avant était leur jardin. On aimerait remettre en jardin. Et on aimerait parler, en fait, je vous laisse un peu, on a mis des aménagements sur le bord de l'eau, des bancs, des bancs et des tables à pique-nique.
Mm-hmm. What?
Des tables pour jouer aux échecs. Mais on aimerait aujourd'hui vous entendre parce qu'on sait qu'il manque des choses. On sait qu'il manque beaucoup de choses. Et avant de compléter notre plan directeur, ben, on veut prendre le temps de... Et ce qui est difficile cette année, on pensait que la pandémie allait mieux aller cet été, mais avec l'affluence des gens, avec la popularité de notre bord de l'eau, il y a beaucoup de gens sur la piste cyclable, sur la piste piétonne, un peu partout. Alors, aujourd'hui, je voyais sur les trottoirs les gens qui se croisaient. Alors, effectivement, on aura toute une gestion du trafic à faire sur le bord de l'eau, une gestion pour ne pas avoir trop de rassemblements. Alors, on va travailler ça avec la santé publique aussi, voir, je pense qu'il était évoqué de peut-être qu'on va devoir porter des masques à l'extérieur. Donc, est-ce que j'ai répondu, M. Spooner, je vais vous donner une réplique, chance de répliquer peut-être?
Oh, Dieu.
Je sais pas.
Non, c'est ça, mais je pense que, en tout cas, je pense que la Chine est ici d'une façon telle que tous les gens qui sont pris dans les îlots de chaleur, cet été, vont certainement venir dans le bout. Je pense que c'est important d'être organisé pour qu'on leur permette de venir aussi, parce que je pense que c'est un service qu'on peut de la communauté de Montréal, c'est bien sûr.
Oui, mais en fait, pour les accueillir mieux cet été, là, on va avoir plus de poubelles et aussi des toilettes chimiques, beaucoup plus sur le bord de l'eau. C'est pas très joli, là, mais en cas d'urgence, là, ben, il va y en avoir plusieurs, de l'ouest en est.
Merci.
Oui. Alors, s'il y aurait une autre question? Monsieur Jim Edwards?
Oui, bonsoir, merci. Merci de la soirée, c'est vraiment apprécié. J'ai participé à l'autre pour plus comme témoin, et cette fois-ci, j'apprécie d'avoir les paroles aussi. Donc, question sécurité, on a parlé. J'ai un souci, moi, j'ai un ado de 16 ans qui adore le skateboard, mais on a des soucis de sécurité par la salle. On a vu plusieurs, je sais pas, je ne vais pas dire des mini-gangs, mais mon fils s'est fait accoster un gars qui avait un couteau, puis on s'était comme, bon, je pense qu'on va éviter le parc de la salle pour continuer. Mais avec le conteneur, on a trouvé qu'il y a beaucoup de rassemblements au parc de la salle. Et ça serait le fun d'une suggestion comme ça, d'avoir plus de présence policière, ou du moins pour les cadets de la police de la SPVM, du parc de la salle, cet été, s'il vous plaît.
On va en avoir plus d'ailleurs. Je pense que normalement, on en a 8. On en fait pour 4. Après, on est 4. Il va en avoir 6. Et on va en avoir 10 en tout, finalement. Parce que, j'espère que je ne me trompe pas, là, mais j'ai l'impression de me souvenir. Michel, est-ce que tu t'en rappelles? Je pense que c'est bien dit ça. On a cet été. Mais je noterai avec le commandant de police, c'est arrivé quand, ça, l'incident avec...
Au cours de l'été dernier.
L'été dernier.
Oui.
Et de nuit ou de jour?
Non, full daylight.
Wow.
Oui.
Et ça a été rapporté à la police?
Non, on n'est pas allé jusque-là, mais on a juste décidé que c'est mieux de se retirer de la situation. On ne voulait pas empirer la situation. Voilà.
Votre garçon ne retourne plus au parc La Salle?
Ben, si on y voit, c'est 2 semaines, puis parce que lui, il est en alternance à l'école, fait que il fait...
Bonjour tout le monde, je suis ici avec Luc Rabouin, qui est le responsable du développement économique et commercial de la Ville de Montréal. Il fait partie du comité exécutif de la Ville de Montréal. Je voulais vraiment venir le rencontrer pour le faire parler, parce que je l'entends à chaque fois qu'on est au conseil, au comité exécutif, au conseil, il a toujours des choses intéressantes à dire sur ce que la Ville fait pour nos commerces et pour nos entreprises, quelle action qu'on prend. Et j'aimerais qu'il nous l'explique, j'aimerais qu'il nous parle, j'aimerais qu'on prenne le temps de l'écouter. Alors, bonjour Luc.
Bonjour Maya.
Merci de me recevoir chez toi, dans le Plateau Mont-Royal. Je t'écoute beaucoup parler et je suis très fière de ce que tu fais, des mesures que vous mettez en place pour la Ville qui aident aussi la Chine, les entreprises de la Chine. J'aimerais ça que tu nous parles parce que l'histoire des commerces à Montréal, c'est une longue histoire, c'est une histoire d'amour et c'est une histoire aussi où on veut. Il y a certaines choses qui vont pas bien puis qui n'allaient pas bien avant, puis que tu voulais réparer quand tu es devenu maire du Plateau. Pourrais-tu nous en parler un petit peu?
Bien, merci tout d'abord de cette belle invitation. Si on se rappelle, avant la pandémie, parce que le monde a changé en mars dernier, avant la pandémie, l'économie de Montréal, tous les indicateurs étaient ouverts. Donc, ça allait vraiment bien. C'est un des efforts économiques les plus importants dans les villes nord-américaines. Tout allait bien, malgré que la Fondation du Grand Montréal, dans sa plus récente...
Cette semaine, l'Histoire Plus vous entraîne vers une aventure dans la ville de la Chine. Pour notre aventure dans la ville de la Chine.
Eh oui, comme quoi?
Oh my
Regarde!
god.
Voilà! Mais on a besoin de sac à dos, hein? Compagnon? C'est Jacques.
What is the total dollar value of insurance in force at the CMHC? Just the number, please.
So currently, our insurance in force is, let's get that. It's 404.
And then, what is the total value of guarantees under the National Housing Act, mortgage-backed securities, and Canada mortgage bonds? The total, please. The number.
The total is 460.
So if you add those two numbers up, 404 plus 460 billion dollars, I get 864 billion dollars. Is that the total value of the amount of money the government is on the hook for when it comes to backing up mortgages?
So, thank you, Chair, and just in response to Mr. Poilievre's question, the reason I hesitated when he first asked the question is
right. We don't have a lot of time.
I know those two numbers, but there's duplication because some of the mortgages are in securitization.
I know that, Ms. Powers, but what I'm asking for, what is the total number? And what I did ask you for the first time is, what is the total number when you remove the duplication?
So I don't have that number on hand, but I can certainly get that.
That is very disappointing because we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars of liability.
Point of order. Yes, this way of questioning, to me, make me uncomfortable in front of our witness. I'd like Mr. Poilievre to be a tiny bit more respectful towards our witness group.
We have talked about respect and decorum, Mr. Poilievre, and just crosstalk. So for the interpreter's sake, so let's try to just stop that. That'd be great. Thank you.
Well, it makes me uncomfortable that we have hundreds of billions of dollars of unknown contingent liabilities. Ms. Romy, if people do default on their mortgages, your corporation then pays the default loss to the bank, and taxpayers could be on the hook for that money. And the fact that you don't know the total amount of guarantees that your government, that your organization is offering on behalf of taxpayers to our banks is problematic. I'll explain why. If our housing prices simply went back to the level they were at in 2020, that would be nearly a 25% reduction in house prices. And if people went defaulted on those houses, many would be underwater. So taxpayers would then have to pay for the default loss. And I would expect that the head of the corporation that is managing these liabilities and this risk for taxpayers would know the number and have them at fingertip. And I want to go to Mr. Rutledge now to further talk about the risk. What percentage of new mortgages in last year were variable rate?
Roughly 51 or 52%.
That's an unusually high share, isn't it?
It is unusually high, and it just.
So when rates rise, those people are immediately going to have higher payments, aren't they?
Right. That is a correct statement.
And what percentage of households got mortgages in the last year have 5% down?
What percent of mortgages, Mr. Chair, have 5%?
Yeah, a down payment of 5%.
Yeah, none.
I'd have to look into that and come back to the committee. I know we just.
And when you make it a 5% down payment, you have to pay mortgage insurance to CMHC or the other providers, and that is tacked onto the value of the mortgage, isn't it?
Typically, yes.
Yes, so that 5%, for a 5% down, you have to pay 4% in mortgage insurance fees, which means that you only, once you subtract the mortgage insurance for your down payment, you actually only have 1% net equity in your house then, don't you?
All else equal, and everyone's different. And
so if someone's got
point of order, Mr. Chair.
Point of order, this is getting very
point of order.
Why the liberals don't want
point of order.
Point
of order. Point of order, Ms. Darrow.
I can understand why these liberals don't want these questions asked.
There's a point of order, Ms. Poilievre. Yeah, Ms. Darrow.
I actually think these questions are very important, but I also think the answers are very important, and I feel like Mr. Rutledge isn't allowed to actually fully answer the question. So I would ask that he be allowed to do so.
I have been taking timings here, and Mr. Poilievre had 14 seconds, and the last one 7 seconds, and he cut into Mr. Rutledge, who had 1 second and 4.41. to answer. So, Mr. Polyev, equal time, please, for the witnesses to answer those questions.
Fair point. I do want to thank Mr. Rutherford because he has actually been offering direct answers to the questions. And so if you've ultimately got 1% net equity in your house, and house prices go back just to 2020 levels, so we're just talking going back to where they were a couple of years ago, and they dropped by 25%. Then you're 24 percentage points underwater in your mortgage. Now, if you can't make your mortgage payments because you're on a variable rate, you've just acknowledged that half of your mortgages are variable, and you default, then you hand your house over to the bank in a 24% loss position, and the bank hands the bill over to Ms. Bowers over at CMHC, who then passes it on to taxpayers in the form of mortgage insurance payment. That is the risk that we're facing. I want to know what immediate action, Mr. Rutledge, you're taking
Mr.
to address the high level of variable rate
we have gone well over your time, Mr. Polyev.
People know when to buy a home, they know they need to get insurance. When to buy a car, they know to get.
Merci beaucoup. Après 500 milliards de dollars de dépenses inflationnistes de ce gouvernement, on voit aujourd'hui la plus grande augmentation d'inflation en 30 ans. À 4,8%, le taux d'inflation impose de coûts additionnels sur les familles pour la nourriture, l'essence, le chauffage et surtout l'immobilier. Ce qui est intéressant parmi les chiffres aujourd'hui, c'est que les augmentations les plus exorbitantes ne sont pas pour les produits qu'on achète. Non, c'est pour des produits que nous avons. Par exemple, la nourriture. On voit une augmentation de 6% pour le poulet, de 12% pour le bœuf, de 20% pour le bacon. Nous produisons tous ces produits ici au Canada. Donc, nous ne devrions pas dépendre du reste du monde pour les chaînes d'approvisionnement. Le gaz naturel pour chauffer nos maisons, c'est produit ici au Canada. Nous avons ici au Canada 1300 milliards de pieds carrés de gaz naturel ici au Canada. Donc, nous ne dépendons pas sur le reste du monde pour fournir le gaz naturel. C'est produit ici au Canada et l'augmentation de 20% est incroyable. Finalement, l'augmentation de l'essence de 30%. Encore, nous avons le troisième plus grand montant de pétrole au monde. Donc, c'est encore un produit domestique qui augmente. Finalement, l'immobilier. Évidemment, nos terrains sont ici. On ne les achète pas du reste du monde. Nos maisons ont été, la plupart de nos maisons sur le marché ont été construites avant le COVID. Donc, les chaînes d'approvisionnement internationaux ne sont pas responsables de cette augmentation non plus. Je remarque aussi que le taux d'inflation est incroyable de 4,8%. Ne calcule même pas l'augmentation des prix d'immobilier. C'est parce que la méthode de Statistique Canada n'inclut pas le prix d'immobilier dans le calcul. Donc, si on avait inclus l'augmentation de 26% dans le prix des maisons, le taux d'inflation aurait été même beaucoup plus grand. Et cet aspect de notre économie est énorme. Il ne faut pas oublier que dans l'année dernière, on a eu 450 milliards de dollars d'achat des maisons et d'immobilier. Et ça comprend à peu près 20% de notre économie en termes de GDP. Donc, on exclut toutes ces augmentations du calcul. Pour résumer, les politiques du gouvernement fédéral augmentent le coût de la vie. Et Justin Trudeau fait rien pour combattre l'inflation. Aujourd'hui, il doit annoncer un plan pour rembourser l'augmentation dans la coût de vie que son gouvernement a causé auprès des Canadiens. Ce n'est pas assez de blâmer les autres pays. Il faut un plan ici au Canada pour combattre l'inflation parce que today's incredible inflation numbers. But what's also incredible is that prices are rising fastest for the things that we source right here at home. Chicken, up 6%. Beef, 12%. Bacon, 19%. Natural gas to heat our homes, 20%. Gasoline, 30%. These are all things that we provide here in Canada. We have more farmland per capita than almost any other nation on earth. Therefore, we domestically source our food. We have 1,300 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, among the biggest reserves on earth. We source that here too. And in terms of gas prices, we have the third biggest reserves of oil on planet Earth. In other words, the biggest increases for consumer products have been those that we source right here at home, not those that depend on foreign supply chains. And finally, real estate. Of all things, that is not dependent on global supply chains. All of our land is already here. It has no supply chain. And almost all of the houses in the market today were built before COVID even happened. And therefore, the cost of materials would not include the increases that have happened since COVID. In other words, home price inflation is a homegrown problem. Why is it? If, as the Prime Minister claims, that it's global supply chains that are to blame for rising prices, that the products that we make here at home and that we have in abundance within our own borders are the ones that are increasing fastest in price? The answer, of course, is that Justin Trudeau's $500 billion of new spending in the last 2 years, a third of which had nothing to do with COVID, have sent more dollars chasing fewer goods. His taxes on our domestic supply chains have made it more expensive for farmers to produce food, for energy companies to supply gas and home heating, for workers to work. All of these governmental costs are driving up Canadians' costs. The more he spends, the more things cost. Today, I expect he'll try to blame the rest of the world for his inflation, and he'll offer no solutions. Well, Conservatives are demanding that he announce today an immediate action plan to reverse the rising cost of living that his government has worsened through its taxes, spending, and red tape. Conservatives have real suggestions. Stop energy tax hikes. Stop payroll tax hikes. Remove red tape and taxes on our farmers and energy producers so that they can supply more energy and nutrition to our population at more affordable prices. In other words, make more, cost less with paychecks, not debt. Otherwise, the Prime Minister might as well just admit that this is Justin inflation. Thank you.
Let's start with questions in the room. Commençons avec les questions là.
Bonjour, je suis Paul-Yves Legault de Radio-Canada. Ce matin, le directeur parlementaire du budget dit que le gouvernement n'a pas réduit ses dépenses en relance économique comme il l'avait promis, à mesure que l'économie reprenait du mieux. Est-ce que vous croyez effectivement que le gouvernement doit réduire ses dépenses de relance économique? Quelle approche ou comment ajuster l'approche du gouvernement au budget qui s'en vient?
Mais la réponse est oui. Les dépenses que le gouvernement fait ne fait rien pour la relance économique. Le directeur parlementaire du budget a révélé aujourd'hui que le gouvernement, les mesures introduites par le gouvernement ont augmenté le coût du gouvernement par 500 milliards de dollars, donc une tiers n'a aucun lien avec la pandémie. et qu'il n'y a aucune logique dans les dépenses supplémentaires que le gouvernement prétend faire pour la relance. La relance économique au Canada va se produire si les Canadiens et les entreprises ont l'argent dans leur poche pour pouvoir investir et créer davantage de produits et services. Et ça doit être mené par le secteur privé. Le gouvernement devient trop lourd et c'est pour ça que nous avons un grand déficit avec grande inflation.
Vous blâmez le gouvernement en bloc pour l'augmentation de l'inflation, du coût de la vie. C'est pas un peu facile de faire ça si on considère que plusieurs pays dans le monde, à commencer par nos voisins qui sont confrontés aux mêmes problèmes et même à un taux d'inflation qui est encore plus élevé.
Oui, la raison pour ça est évidente. Les énormes déficits aux États-Unis, financés par leur banque centrale, augmentent le coût de vie des Américains. Non, ce n'est pas un problème en Suisse. Pourquoi pas? Parce qu'en Suisse, ils n'impriment pas d'argent pour payer les factures du gouvernement. Ils ont un petit déficit. Donc, ils ont une petite inflation. C'est bizarre que dans la zone euro, on a une inflation d'à peu près 5%. En Suisse, qui est dans l'Europe, on a un taux d'à peu près 1%. Et pourquoi? Parce que la Suisse contrôle son argent. Ils ont le franc suisse au lieu de l'euro. Donc, oui, c'est vrai que les autres gouvernements sont des responsables aussi. Le gouvernement aux États-Unis, voici une fait. Aux États-Unis aujourd'hui, 1/3 de tous les dollars qui existent ont été créés dans les derniers 2 ans. On se demande pourquoi il y a de l'inflation aux États-Unis. C'est évident. Ils impriment l'argent pour payer leurs factures. L'autre chose qu'il faut reconnaître, c'est que le taux d'inflation ici au Canada est supprimé par le fait que la propriété n'est pas compris dans le calcul. Et ici au Canada, l'inflation se concentre sur l'immobilier. Aux autres pays, leur inflation est concentrée dans d'autres secteurs. Mais ici au Canada, l'inflation la plus exorbitante, c'est dans l'immobilier, ce qui n'est pas compris dans le calcul. C'est une des raisons pour lesquelles notre taux est supprimé par rapport aux autres pays, où aussi l'immobilier n'est pas compris, mais où l'immobilier n'est pas aussi grand comme facteur de leur augmentation de coûts.
Nous allons passer aux questions au téléphone. We'll take questions from the phone. Brady, first question.
Thank you. First question is from Wyatt Sharp on the Wyatt Sharp Show. Please go ahead. À vous la parole.
Hi there, Mr. Polyev. I just want to ask you, first of all, about the vaccine mandate for trackers that came into effect. So, obviously, conservatives support vaccination, as you and your leader have pointed out previously and numerous times. It seems as if obviously you don't support forcing people to get vaccinated because you have concerns, specifically for the mandate for truck drivers that it could put more pressure on the supply chain. So, do you have any measures to help get truck drivers vaccinated that wouldn't be in the form of a mandate and that essentially wouldn't put as much pressure on the supply chain?
Thanks very much, Wyatt. Great question. We do not support the Prime Minister's vaccine vendetta on our truckers. This policy is going to drive truckers out of the country or out of business, and it is going to drive costs up for Canadian consumers. If you walk into a grocery store and you see products on the shelves, thank a trucker. If you walk into a grocery store and you see empty shelves, thank Justin Trudeau. His policy of vaccine vendetta against our hardworking truckers is going to drive up the cost for our people, drive people out of work, and leave us with empty shelves. We think the best way to get people vaccinated is through persuasion, not intimidation. We don't believe in robbing people's freedoms. We believe in convincing them through data, science, and logic. And we think that the Prime Minister's attempt to attack people who have different points of view on this is only dividing the country and threatening public health.
Okay, and then thank you for that. And then in terms of inflation, obviously it's rising in Canada. You mentioned it's the highest it's been in quite a while. It's obviously rising too in many other parts of the world. Some countries, the U.S., it's climbed 7%. So that's the largest rate in the United States since 1982. So I'm just wondering specifically, obviously Canada can take measures to address it here at home. What do you think should be done to address it? Because obviously, Canada can address it here at home, and that's great. But if other countries don't address it, it can also have an impact on the goods that we import and export. So how can we ensure that inflation rates are lowered, not just in Canada but around the globe? And what kind of role does the Canadian government play to make sure that they can be lowered, not just in Canada but around the world?
Great question, Wyatt. Well, first of all, you're right. The Americans have 7% inflation. Why? Because of their stupid monetary and fiscal policy. It's that simple. They're running massive deficits and printing money to pay for it. The one in every $3 in circulation in the U.S. economy today was printed in the last 2 years. More dollars chasing fewer goods means higher prices. So what do you get with that? You get inflation. What we should do is avoid following that policy. We should do the opposite of what the Americans are doing. That's what Switzerland has done in Europe. While the Eurozone has inflation around 5%, Switzerland has been closer to 1%. Why? Because the Swiss have their own franc. They don't print it to pay the government's bills, and therefore they protect the purchasing power of their people, even though they rely on the same supply chains in the same continent and face the same pandemic as their European neighbors. So here in Canada, if we were to protect our purchasing power by phasing out the deficit, ending money printing, then we could protect our people against the kind of inflation that we see south of the border. We don't need to follow the Americans' monetary policy. During the 2008-9 financial crisis, the Americans printed money. We did not. We had better results, lower inflation, lower deficit, lower unemployment, faster recovery. So we don't need to do what the Americans are doing. We need to protect our own money here in Canada. When we were growing up, our kids, as we were kids, and our mother said to us, just because your friends are jumping off a bridge doesn't mean you have to. And the same applies today. Just because other governments are ruining their money and driving up the cost of living for their people doesn't mean that we have to do the same here in Canada. And finally, I would point out that we in Canada are underestimating the real inflation because it doesn't include house prices, which have gone up a record-breaking 26%. While that is why a practice of many countries, outside of Canada, inflation has not centered on house prices as much as it has here. Here, inflation has been focused primarily on real estate, and that is not included in the 4.8%. One of the reasons why we have an artificially suppressed number.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from David Thornton from CBC News. Please go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Poilievre. It's good to see you. My question is this: should federal politicians or their wives accept gifts, like just say a rocking chair in the range of $2,000 with cash? And also, tax as a retailer on social media. Do you think that's acceptable?
I don't think it's a good practice.
And personally, his wife received
Oh
the rocking chair.
my God.
This is the most amount of interest complete strangers have had in my life since, well, ever. It's been 2 months since I told you my life fell apart, so I guess it is time for an update video. Welcome back to the ridiculous cluster / train wreck that is my life. For those of you who aren't up to date, my name is LaShawn. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I moved to Montreal a little over 2 years ago to try and make a life here. After going through the hell that is trying to find an apartment here, learning French, and busting my ass for close to 8 months searching for a job, I finally found one that was perfect for me in the most unexpected of circumstances. I got a work with them on a 4-month contract intended as a trial period for full employment, and they like me a lot and were willing to go to getting me a closed work permit to keep me. It all fell apart thanks to the lovely people at the New York office for vetoing the decision and ruining my life, forcing me to search for a new job in December, the worst time possible to start looking for a job, with less than 2 months on my visa. I made a video about it. That was over 2 months ago. I'm still here. We'll explain that in a bit. So, what happened since my last video? Well, the response was overwhelming, to say the least. So many people reached out. I counted at least 26. 6 people shared my video around. Over 11 people referred me for tons of different companies. I got 1 marriage proposal, serious or not. I've been blown away. Thank you so much for reaching out and trying to help me in whatever way you could. I honestly wasn't expecting anything to come from that video, and it really touched me to see how many people care. Thank you. Unfortunately, even with all of those referrals, not even a single in-person interview came out of it. I had a phone interview for a company pretty early on in my search. I prepared a ton for it, only to get on the call complètement en français and not even get to the interview because the first thing he asked about was my visa, when it would expire, and then said it wasn't long. I've had in-person meetings with an employee from the Montreal office of my old company in Sydney who referred me to HR, and again, I heard absolutely nothing back. The only thing that actually worked for me, like every other time, was just spamming applications on Indeed without any rhyme or reason. After about 6 weeks of applying, I got interviews for 2 different companies, both thanks to my video CV actually, both in project management, both very far away, roughly an hour and a half away on public transport. But I was desperate, and that was something I was willing to deal with until I got there. After catching a bus, then a metro with 1 transfer, a long way from cold, and then another bus to a middle of nowhere industrial estate next to the highway, surrounded by slush and minus 20-degree weather. I was done with it. I'm gonna try this hard, bust my ass for a year to learn the language, 8 months of my life just searching for a job, only to lose it because of a bunch of people in another country who have no idea who I am, then keep trying absolutely everything in my power to make things work. Get referred over 11 times, and then all I get is this likely low-paying job with long hours in the middle of nowhere, and another dead-end job just as far away. I'm done. I think I'm a pretty resilient and persistent person when it comes to these things, but so many times in my life have I committed to something, put my all into it, have everything feel like it's going to work out, only to have everything fall apart catastrophically at the last minute because it's something completely out of your control that you can do nothing about. Like life is playing a cruel joke on you again and again. I had enough. There is a limit of how much BS I'm willing to go through just for the right to stay here. I'm done. I'm over Montreal. I'm done with Montreal. I gave up on my search for jobs then and there, not wanting to leave any stone in London /UK /Germany /Berlin. Please email me at LaShawn@LaShawn.co or hit me up on LinkedIn. But I'm thinking I could hop over to Europe, get my 1 year of continued work experience or more, have heaps of fun in Europe along the way, get my PR, and then decide if I want to move back or not. I've always wanted to live there at some point in my life, and I need to work, and I need to spend some time outside of Canada, so why not just say screw it and jump on the opportunity. If it isn't clear at the moment, you're watching the story of someone who tried absolutely everything to stay in Canada, just had his dreams of living in Canada absolutely crushed, is in free fall, but is unwilling to give up and has nothing to lose. I'm young, I have the money to go out and try this, so why not? 2019 just started. My life is a complete unknown right now, and I have no idea where I'm going to end up. I want to make this a crazy year. To everyone who keeps telling me to move back to Australia and just get a nice safe job like the rest of us, that isn't for me. Life is not a race. I might end up in Canada eventually, but at the moment, I just don't care. And to be honest, I'm kind of over Montreal. I really just need a break from Montreal at this point. I'm not even sad. I talked to other third culture kids, so people who don't have their roots in one place, about this, and they consider moving back to their home country a failure. I consider moving back to Sydney or Australia a failure. It will always be there for me. This option, though, even if absolutely nothing works out, seems like a fun time. Am I having a quarter-life crisis? Am I going to be a wandering expat forever? Let me know in the comments. All I know is that 2019 is going to be wild. I'm either going to end up with everything working out eventually or broke back in Australia, but at least I tried to have as much fun as I could. I guess the lesson here is that it doesn't matter how determined you are to do something or how persistent you are, life can still screw you over and kick him in the face.
It has recently been announced that the Lachine Marina is to be transformed into an enormous waterfront park that will be available to the public and its residents. This $25 million project is expected to start renovations this fall and be open by 2025. Mayor Valerie Plante notes that this transformation represents a concrete gesture in ecological transition, the fight against climate change, and for the pleasure and well-being of the population of future generations. However, for many longtime boat owners of the marina, they will have to relocate their boat's docking space. They also claim to not have been consulted or received any prior notice on this transformation. Many users of the marina are against this transformation project.
C'est important pour nous parce que aussi, ça fait partie de l'histoire de la Chine que d'avoir une marina. Ça fait bientôt 100 ans qu'il existe une marina. Et c'est un attrait incroyable pour la beauté du paysage à la Chine. Ça attire des milliers de visiteurs pendant l'été, des dizaines de milliers de visiteurs qui viennent profiter de toutes les installations entourant la marina.
What will happen to boat owners?
En fait, c'est justement ça la question. Qu'est-ce qui va arriver avec les propriétaires de bateaux? Parce qu'il y a plus de demandes pour des quais que de quais disponibles. Il y a une liste d'attente de 2800 places présentement, actuellement, selon Nautisme Québec. Donc, on ne sait pas où relocaliser ces bateaux.
Est-ce qu'il y a beaucoup de personnes qui sont contre cette projet?
Vive Marie-Laure Québec, on devrait pas commencer.
Nous, on est natifs de la Chine depuis 60 ans. Ça fait partie du paysage.
Ça fait partie du patrimoine.
Pourquoi je suis con? Ben voyons donc, là, tout le monde, mais c'est beau de voir les bateaux. C'est beau de voir une marina même. Sur le Richelieu, là, c'est métropolitain des bateaux. Là, ça passe quand même, là. Ça n'a pas d'allure, ça, là. Là, j'en ai compris. Mais ici, moi, c'est pas exagéré. Je trouve que les gens là, sont responsables. Il y a tellement de respect ici. Là. Moi, je trouve qu'on ne voit pas comment ils font ça. Là.
Il y a des familles qui y sont depuis 30 ans. Il y a des gens qui y passent tout l'été, 5 mois par année, qui vivent ici. Ils sont montréalais tout ce temps-là. Et parce que ça amène aussi un flot de dépenses dans l'économie locale, toutes ces personnes qui sont locataires de quai dépensent dans les restaurants avoisinants, dans les épiceries, à la SAQ, à la pharmacie, pour l'entretien des bateaux. Donc, c'est tout un impact économique que ne bénéficiera plus l'arrondissement de la Chine si la marina ferme. Plutôt que d'être dans la solitude de la vieillesse, en tant que grand-papa, je chéris cette occasion d'être à la marina qui incite mes enfants, petits-enfants, familles, amis, connaissances à nous rendre visite et profiter de ce site historique remarquable. Et ça continue, j'ai eu plein de messages comme ceci.
Say that. That's his reason. Don't worry.
Je lui demanderais de considérer avec nous cette décision-là de fermer la marina, d'être à notre écoute sur les points de vue. Et puis, j'aimerais qu'elle nous laisse la chance d'améliorer nos pratiques écologiques, de nous donner une période de transition vers des embarcations plus éco-responsables. Mais avec cette décision de fermer la marina, on enlève un service, on défait le paysage historique, on enlève des retombées économiques importantes, puis on enlève surtout aux Montréalais un joyau pour pouvoir profiter de Montréal plutôt que de s'exiler à la campagne. Donc, pour toutes ces raisons, j'aimerais que Valérie Plante nous entende et puisse être ouverte à concilier le beau projet de parc qu'elle veut mettre sur pied, les aspects écologiques qu'elle veut mettre de l'avant, mais l'offre de services et toutes les familles qui en profitent et qui viennent à Montréal pour en profiter. Donc, j'aimerais pouvoir, en tant que représentante de l'association, engager une discussion avec les autorités. Donc, une valorisation de cette activité-là, plutôt qu'une fermeture de la marina, une conciliation des projets.
This is Leanna Gelston reporting to you from the West Island Wild.
Thank you so much. Merci pour votre participation. Fuck you. Not really fucking choice to participate. Fuck dude, this is not fucking therapy. I fucking supposed to know what's happening to fucking everything just like fucking killing the goddamn kids. For fuck's sake. That's fucking bullshit. What the fuck? The fuck? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. What the fuck? Hmm? Okay. Okay. If a microphone access turned on. when she was like, sleepless. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Fucking seriously? Fine. What's supposed to fucking do? Huh? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-mm.